What's going on, guys? Do you like female penis? And do you love it so much you wish you could just represent it everywhere you went? Just had some sort of item that said, hey, I love female penis so much and I just can't live without it? Well, never fear. Bud Light has come to your rescue. Introducing the new drink of female penis lovers.
Hi! Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay. Love ya. Okay, break a leg. Woo!
So if you don't know, this lovely young lady is Dylan Mulvaney. And Dylan Mulvaney was a wacky acting, attention-seeking guy that went on The Price is Right and just started kicking and flailing on the floor.
Drew, let's make it Dylan Mulvaney. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Dylan, how you doing?
Oh my God, it's the best day of my life.
Welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Hey, George, how about a prize that everybody can bid on? Listen.
$1.
$1. Actual retail price is $2,040. Dylan. Dylan, how you doing?
Also was a part of the production of the Book of Mormon, the Broadway play that was very sacrilegious, which I'm not a Mormon. I don't believe in Mormon beliefs. I don't think that Joseph Smith had an angel come down from the clouds and give him golden tablets long enough for him to write all the stuff down, which of course the angels said that, oh, he can have polygamy and multiple wives, and then took the golden tablets back up before anybody got a chance to see it. Also, this man was a con man going from coast to coast. He even got Egyptian hieroglyphs, writings from people, and conned them out of it, and it was worth a whole lot of money. He took it, he claimed he could read it, and just took it with him over to Salt Lake City, Utah, where eventually he was arrested. One of his followers smuggled him in a gun to prison, and then he tried to use it and got shot and killed in the process. So Joseph Smith's not a very good man. He's not a role model. He's not an idol. He's not somebody that you would want to associate with. But nonetheless, I don't care about making huge sacrilegious plays about people's stuff. But anyway, that was the origin story of Dylan Mulvaney. Now, Dylan Mulvaney, before a year into girlhood, is already meeting the President Biden. Everybody just loving him. I think he's been with Jeffrey Marsh. Jeffrey Marsh is a very weird guy that has bullied this little Muslim lady off the internet, which we'll talk about later in a different video. But right now we're going to talk about Dylan and what Dylan is doing, and Bud Light specifically. So Bud Light, since they have done this, they have literally made a can with Dylan's face on it, with Dylan's free plastic surgery that he got from somebody's face on it. And since the release of this can, Bud Light has been in some hot water, and you can look at their stocks. Go look at their stocks right now. They're dropping. So since they done this, they had kind of a steady rise up, and then as soon as they went on this Dylan stuff, bam, they're going straight down to the ground. And there's even been videos of Kid Rock shooting the beers, taking them all out of his refrigerator and just taking a shotgun, blowing them all away, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, and he's not the only one. There's videos all over of people destroying their Budweiser cans, their Bud Light cans, and this is kind of reminiscent of what Kanye West, when Kanye was canceled, and you seen people out there burning their Yeezys. So same concept.
Okay, if you don't know why I'm doing this, you might want to Google it. I never thought this was going to happen. Out with the Bud Light, in with the Coors Light. You might want to figure out if you want to do the same. This is where it now belongs. In the garbage. Next stop. Old, in with the new. Like I said, if you don't know, you should probably Google it.
And there's the Kid Rock version.
Bud Light.
They, them, z, zer, si, sir, zay, zem. Bud Light packaging.
But this time it's over trans rights and the fact that nobody can determine what a woman is nowadays. Everything is just stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. But that's okay. If that's what you're into, if you love female penis, then this is the thing for you. Another thing about Dylan Mulvaney is he wanted to normalize the bulge. He decided that he wanted to wear tight pants and his little pecker was bulging through. His little female pecker was bulging through. Get that right for the YouTube censors. And since he had his little pecker sticking through, making an imprint in his pants, then he's like, hey, you know what? We need to normalize it. We need to normalize it. I don't need to be the only person with a bulge. There needs to be plenty of women with a bulge in their pants. That's just right there for all the kids to see. Wouldn't that be lovely? So if that's what you're into, if that's what you like, you want to normalize the bulge. I mean, if you love this female penis so much, the best thing that you can do right now is go out and get you a Bud Light and show your support. They will thank you kindly because they're not getting no business. Their business is collapsing, and it's all on you. You female penis lover. It is up to you to save the company.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really, Really, Really Bad Dancer.
Mr. Really, really, really bad dancer.
Arms swinging, knees bending, head bobbing, to no particular rhythm. You're either dancing or you have fleas.
Call me a doctor.
As soon as you hit the dance floor, the taunts begin. Is that all you got, player? Unfortunately, yes. That's all you got.
Oh, we don't know.
Who's in the house? Some guy in a dress. That's who's in the house.
You're a star.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Happy Feet, because you really put the oogie in boogie.
Mr. Really, really, really bad dancer.
Now, I know that this is only what 0.0001% of people in America, if not the world. But you know what? We gotta say, F our regular fans, F our fans. We don't care who really likes Bud Light. We don't care who it's really for. We're gonna do it for the 0.0001%, and we're gonna piss everybody else off in the process. We're gonna take the smallest crowd that we possibly have. We're going to show them love, and we're just going to hate the hell out of everybody else. All the cold-blooded, or excuse me, red-blooded Americans with their trucks, their American flags. Those are your typical Bud Light drinkers here in the South, listening to country music. No, screw those people. Screw those people. They have no class. They don't. They're not caviar. They're not the female penis. We need the new art. We need the new real. We need this new era of Americanism, you know? And thank God, because we're oppressing them. We're the oppressor class, and we just been sitting here oppressing everything we can possibly oppress. We're just oppressing everybody's buttons. We're doing whatever we can. And matter of fact, you know, these trans people, we need to give them reparations too. You know, I think that would be good. And I think what would be awesome is all the people with female penises, if they could compete in female sports, that would be great. That would be great. Because we all know they don't have an unfair advantage. I mean, you could be on steroids. You can be a man. You can be 7 foot tall, you know, and then you might just have this epiphany one day. You know, I just identify as a woman. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to be. And so a man recently did that. He walked into a competition with the female bodybuilder that beat the other women and broke her record, even though she broke the record of the females. Now he broke the trans lady's record, but the trans lady said that, oh, it's nothing, it's invalid, he came here and done some BS, even though the rules are however you want to identify, you identify that way, and that's the way you compete. But she didn't give this man a chance because he had a beard and she felt like he was playing. But she said, you know what the difference between me and him is? I come in here and I'm nice. I'm nice to people. Everyone loves me, even though I'm more physically capable and I dominate all these bitches. Okay? Even though I do that, they love me. They don't love this man that came in and broke the record. They love me. Right? Because I'm nice to them. I might be crushing all their records. I might be taking all their awards. And technically, yeah, I got a penis. But, you know, I identify as female, a female fully. And so that means that you got no choice but to love me. You got no choice but to let me win. And you know what? I pray to God that more people with female penises take over every category of women. You know, I mean, heck, even the beauty pageant, Miss Miss Universe or whatever, was recently bought out by a trans woman. Yes, you heard that right. And she gave a speech and said, for the first time ever, a woman is in charge of the woman's organization. And everybody just gave a big old standing ovation. This Asian lady or whatever. But I'm sure she was a billionaire beforehand and then decided in her whacked out mind that she was going to be a woman. And how did I reach this conclusion? Because once you make the choice to transition fully and you trade your penis in for inverted penis, then you're going to have a lot of pain. You're going to have to take this big old dildo thing and you're going to have to shove it in yourself. What, 4 or 5 times a day? You're going to have to dedicate 4 hours a day to it. So working a job, forget about it. Making some money on the side, forget about it. So you're not going to be able to work. You're going to be too busy dilating your open wound, because that's what it is. It's an open wound, and all these people talk about how they get their periods and how they're getting wet. No, that is pus dripping out. Some of them's got to wear a diaper for the first year or whatever because the pus just drips on out. And then they say, when they start bleeding, they say, oh, I got my first period. No. There's a scab inside of there from all this stuff, and you just picked it open, and now you're bleeding profusely. And one of them even said, they're just bleeding all the time. I watched this lady. She said she's bleeding all the time. She's always on her period because that's what type of woman she is. No, you have an infected spot that you are constantly shoving something in that shouldn't be there. And it's like an ear piercing, like a nose piercing, like any piercing. It wants to heal itself. But instead of having a little hole, you got this big old gaping hole that's trying so desperately to heal itself. And matter of fact, apparently it start getting so tight that it gets so painful. It gets so painful to even dilate, and they cry about it, and they don't even want to do it. And it's just such a horrible life for them. But they didn't choose it. They said, I didn't choose this. This is a horrible life to choose. Well, yeah, it's a horrible life to choose. But you know what? If you want to have that vagina that's not natural, if you want to call it a vagina, if you want to have an open wound that's not natural sticking out the front of you, then this is the sacrifice you're going to have to make, baby. This is what it is. This is what time it is. So, I mean, you better get darn well used to it, because there ain't no going back now. You can't you might can flip your penis inside out, but you can't flip it back again. So whatever you did, you did. And there's a lot of people talking about, how they felt like these organizations and stuff was taking advantage of them and trying to give them all this stuff too early. I mean, think about it. What they use for these people for hormone therapy for children, what they're giving children is what they use to chemically castrate pedophiles. So they're treating your kids like pedophiles. They're going to chemically castrate their asses. Yeah. So also you want to do this? Children out of the question. at least born by you of any type of natural way. I mean, it's just not going to happen. So you're not going to be able to work a job. You're not going to have children. I mean, there's a lot of downsides to this life. And a lot of times they lose a lot of sensation and sex isn't even pleasurable to them. So why you're doing this for, I don't know. And then at the end, if you're turning into a woman, there's no natural man that's going to want to date you, right? You can say, oh, I'm the same as the woman. Why don't you want to date me? But it's not. It's not the same. You don't have a vagina that gets lubricated with the same thing. You have an open wound that is full of pus and full of blood and scabs. And that's what you want somebody to stick your dick into. I mean, that's a mystery hole. That's a mystery hole with all types of mystery fluid, with all types of mystery germs. I mean, it don't sound good. How did somebody talk you into this? How? This don't sound good. No, oh my God. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to these people. I feel completely like they're taken advantage of. I do. I don't like what they're doing to these people. They're lost. A lot of them is kids. They're children. They're lost children with no parents, no guidance. And if the parents and guidance they do have is crap, or they're trying to push their own agenda, they're part of this woke parenting to where, oh, we're going to let the baby decide its own gender, right? You don't do that. That's not what you do. You can't do that to people. I have a phone call coming in. Hello? The liquid death? Okay, in 1 minute I'm recording a video. All right. All right, love you. So it's just a bunch of craziness. I don't know what the hell's going on with this world. I don't know. People aren't getting any happier. Giving yourself an open wound with more problems that takes up at least 4 hours of every day. You know, sleep already takes up 8. And most of these people that do this, they don't wake up until afternoon times anyways. So, but yeah, no regular man is going to want to date you. That's something you got to know. So what you're going to be forced into, I'm not going to say forced into, what you're going to be left with is a fringe group of people that probably want to exploit you, that want you to get to do some kind of weird porno, pay you some money. Not sure what other job you think you're going to have other than going to Starbucks, especially if you got all these crazy face tattoos and you turn your hair green and every other color. You know, there's not very many places you can work that's going to work with you. You know, you can be an individual if you want, you know, but individuality is not always a good thing. You know, society wouldn't be held together if it was for individuality. I seen one thing on the Queen, where what her sister and other people was supposed to play the role, but they couldn't do it. They were too selfish. They were too much of individuals. They wanted to individualize the whole castle, the whole place that they are in London. They wanted to make everything to them, suit it to them. But that's being an individual and showing your individuality is not what brings people together. You know, you need tradition. You need to keep some things the same. And sometimes people are worried too much about being an individual that forget the collective entirely, and whatever collective they're working on ends up failing because they're too busy worried about themselves instead. Strange time we're living in. But that's just a cautionary tale I want to talk to you about. You know, if Bud Light's your thing, if that's what you want to drink, that's completely fine. I am in no way against transgender people. I mean, I like transgender people. One of my favorite YouTubers, The Offensive Tranny. I mean, she, he, they, however they want to identify, I don't care. I'll call them whatever they want. I like that person. They're a nice person. I believe in a lot of stuff they stand for, and they're trying to help these young people that are, I mean, think about it. There's corporations out there that are looking for money. They're looking for money. And if you're in this type of business, you think, okay, well, what can I do to make the most money? Okay, well, we'll do sex change operations. There is some even hospitals that the majority of their money actually comes from sex changing surgeries. Isn't that crazy? And even John W. Hopkins, they got up there and did a speech, says, hey, look, if you don't like the morals, you don't like what we're doing, well, you can just leave, because we're going to keep doing it because it's providing us the money. So we're going to keep doing it. So, I mean, they get, what, $8,000, $10,000, $20,000 for some of these surgeries, even more, even goes up higher. And the only thing they got to do, especially in California, the government will pay for it. So only thing these companies got to do is reach out and find some kids that want this surgery, If they can run them through the process, if they can convince them to do all that stuff, make them happy with all of it, then they can cut their dick off and they can make a cool 20 grand while doing it. Wouldn't that be nice? So, but that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. They want to do this crazy stuff to people. Anyways, I'm sick of it. Sick of talking about it. Sick of all these subjects. But anyways, I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm gonna make some more videos. We're gonna get more refined with it. This is just a quick one to just kind of get back out there, get back into the routine of things. It's obviously not the best video ever made. It's not going to get the most traction. I'm not the most charismatic person that you can possibly do, especially today. I got a headache right now. I've got 100,000 things I can complain to you about, but you know what? I got a million blessings, so I'm not worried. But if you don't remember anything that I say from this whole entire thing, no matter what it is, transgender, gay, straight, whatever you are, remember this one freaking thing. Don't forget to be good on your way to becoming great. And I know you're going to become great. I love you. God bless. And have an amazing day. See ya.